Wow, that's new.
Wow.
Nice picture. Official. How about that? All right. I'm going to call the December 4th, 2025 meeting of the Village of Homewood Appearance Commission to order at 6 o'clock straight up. Roll call, please.
Member Banks, Member Shepke,
Present.
Member Preston, Member Quirk,
Here.
Member Gonser,
Here.
Member Cluck,
Present.
Chair Rymack.
Here, thank you. All right, next order of business are the minutes from the November 6th, 2025 meeting of the Appearance Commission. Are there any changes, corrections, anything like that? Commissioner Cluck, do you have anything?
I did not see anything.
All right, Commissioner Johnson. All right, good. Anybody else? All right, now I just saw a few typos, but it's not even worth mentioning other than that. Okay, so pardon? Yeah, saving us some time. Roll call. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for November 6th, 2025?
Motion.
Second,
Second.
roll call, please.
Member Banks, Member Shepke,
Aye.
Member Quirk,
Aye.
Member Gonser, Member Cluck,
Aye.
Chair Rymack.
Aye. All right, that's passed. The next are public comments. Is there anybody on there?
No.
Don't believe so, but I will just verify here.
Yeah.
None at this time.
All right, and are you representing the meeting today, or are you sitting in the Raising Cane?
Raising Cane.
Okay, cool. All right. So no public comment unless you have something you want to talk about that's not on our agenda. Okay, not yet. All right. Well, then we'll move on to our regular business public meeting for case 25-50, appearance review, Raising Cane's Restaurant at 17950 Halsted Street. Noah, to introduce.
I will keep the staff comments very brief on this, but just want to quickly introduce what you'll be looking at this evening. All right, good evening, Commission. Just introducing the appearance review for case 2550, for Raising Cane's Restaurant at 17601 Halsted Street. This is the former Freddy's Hamburger site, closed abruptly last year. The applicant has just proposed a kind of site, just kind of called site transformation as a way to prepare the restaurant to be used now for a Raising Cane's chicken fingers restaurant. They're doing site circulation changes, landscape, facade renovation, and signage. These are the elements that you'll be looking at this evening. The primary changes, just extending that drive-through lane around the building to increase storage capacity for vehicles, and then changing the southern side of the property to have one aisle of parking instead of the current two that you see there. So there's a little bit of a reduction in parking, still meets zoning requirements. Then they'll also be doing landscaping changes around the sides for new parking islands, new kind of reconfiguring the rear of the site. Things such as that, removing some trees, adding some trees, again, just kind of reconfiguring the site to fit the demands of the new restaurant, which is a little bit more drive-through focused, making room for that. I will come back to this, our recommended plant list from the village arborist when I discuss conditions, but just wanted to note that we'll have that available on the slides here. Elevations. You will see that some of the current design features are being maintained, albeit with kind of the Raising Cane's color scheme and design portfolio. Their full brand guidelines have also been included in your packet that you can take a look at as well, where you can see their normal materials and colors, things such as that. And the building will be heavily reliant on those colors and materials. So you can see those brick columns around the sides of the building, a lot of dry-bit. There is existing dry-bit on the building there. They'll be maintaining that. They'll have different colors that match the Raising Cane's color scheme. Some interesting signage, unique types of signage that follow some of our new sign code allowances, such as canopy signs and painted wall signs. Yeah, just a very different look from the current Friends building. The main thing I wanted to introduce to you was the recommendation of approval, which comes with a number of conditions. I know that generally there aren't that many conditions. This is a fairly complex site reconfiguration. And so some of these more minor changes we have conditioned for approval as part of the so as part of this recommendation. I wanted to very quickly visit just a couple of them with you ahead of discussion with the commission and with the applicant. Just noting the primary changes, the parking median along the south side of the property, that would be along the bottom of your screen there, would just be replacing that with on the site plans. Some of the drawings show that being a paved area, just including screening that kind of meets our landscape median requirements. The plant list was mentioned. The village arborist has recommended some changes to plantings. I've included some photos. This is just a table that shows you that plant list. He's recommended some changes. Each species in the applicant's plant list has been given a couple of alternatives. If the appearance commission feels strongly about one particular species over another, that's open to recommendation for you. So again, I've provided some materials in the memo for your review on that condition. The design materials, just as an adjustment here, it's been recommended still that there's some changes away from that tier 3 material that drive it. However, a good portion of that drive it is existing. So they can keep that on the building, what's existing. So we'll want to continue to discuss that. I think the applicant has some comments related to the building materials as well. The transparency requirements, they're adding windows. There's not a massive they've added probably as much as can be added based on their floor plan and what their back of house setup needs to be for the use. So we've recommended waiving some of those requirements, and that would just need approval from the appearance commission. And then just some other minor changes, just showing different elements of the just that need to be included in the final plan set that we review when we go to building permits. So some of these overlap with the site plan review that needs to be done next week with the Planning and Zoning Commission, but this is a comprehensive set of conditions that we would place on any approval for this project. So with that, that is the staff presentation of the case.
All right, great. And the applicant has anything to add? If you guys would like to come up, come on up. Yeah, if you'd tell us your name and we can get started.
All right, you can use the arrows to navigate. I've got it pulled up here on the share screen.
My name is Dorothy Parks, and I'm representing Raising Cane's. Thank you so much for allowing us to come before you tonight.
And I'm Spencer McNichols. I'm the project manager with 88 Architects on this project.
Welcome.
All right, so I just have a little brief history of Cane's. I promise I'll be quick and then show you what we have planned. Oh, sorry, I'm using the mouse and not following directions. There we go. Okay, so Raising Cane's. Todd Graves founded Raising Cane's in 1996 on the doorsteps of LSU in Baton Rouge. From the time that he started this company, he focused on 3 things, which is food, service, and community. And when Cane's comes into a community, we're looking to be a partner with the community. We do so by supporting the schools, we support the food banks, we volunteer, and of course, we're always there for the furry friends as well. Cane's will employ between 15 to 75 full-time and part-time employees. In those employees, we'll run about 13 crew members working per shift. So the motto for Cane's is one love, and that one love is chicken fingers. So if you've been to a Cane's before, you know we only have 6 things on the menu. That's chicken fingers, French fries, coleslaw, cane sauce, Texas toast, and a drink. And that's it. And that's what we feel like we excel in. What we are able to do with that is from the time you order to the time you pick up your food, it's about 2.5 minutes. Inside each Cane's looks a little bit different because we do try to partner with the community. So this Cane's will look different than the Cane's that you might have seen in other parts of the Chicago Metroplex area, although they will all have a disco ball. But we will come in and partner with communities, the high school, my canes that we use. We have there's a high school letter jacket in there. They donate to my school, my kids' school. So each canes they pull from the neighborhood to work on the interior. So this site, as you know, is at 17601 Halsted. It's in front of the Target, next to the Dave's Hot Chicken. Currently, this is the Freddy's that's there on the left. You can see the modifications that we're making to the front. We are using a lot of the same materials, but we are getting rid of the skeleton of awnings that's left in the tired boxwood. The other side of it, again, we're adding some materials, moving some doors, adding some graphics. The back of it, we're going to clean up, move a door, clean up that back of house area, and add some lighting. And then the drive-through area, again, we're adding additional windows on that side. We're adding some graphics and sprucing that side up as well. This is the site plan that Noah's already gone over. I think he's gone over landscaping as well. Signage, I know there's some conditions on our modifications for the signage. Right now, we're not seeking any variances on those conditions. And that is it. We're here for questions. If there's any technical or architectural questions, those would definitely be directed to Spencer. He's the one who can answer them.
All right.
Could you back up to, I'm sorry,
Sure.
the elevations?
To
Could you
what?
back up the
Oh,
elevation?
sure.
I got lost in terms of, that would be the,
This is the drive-through
South.
side, which is the side that's on near the drive.
south,
Pull in, when you pull in.
south, north.
It's facing north.
It's on the north.
It's on the
north.
north side.
Okay, keep going then, please.
And then that is the east side.
Okay, that one confused me because there's electrical boxes there.
So that's the back of the house. So that's what's facing Target.
Right, I understand that. But the existing, is that the east side too?
That I didn't have a clear dead-on picture of the back of the house, so I apologize. It's a little bit.
So you're adding a door on the back of the house? On the
We're
east side of the-
moving a door on the back of the house.
Okay. Thank you. That's why I was confused.
All right, well, we might as well start with Commissioner Shefke.
Yes.
Have anything else you want to add?
I'm sorry, I'm not used to sharing and taking turns, okay? Forgive me. I defer to someone else to continue questioning while I process what you guys just told me. Commissioner Quirk, don't put that in the minutes.
Zoom, so I don't have to worry about that.
Okay, when I used to go to Freddy's, didn't they just have one drive-through window? And you have two now?
Yeah, we'll up there.
Okay.
The first one,
Yeah, I saw them. Why do you have two?
the one on the very left, that's our pay window.
Yeah,
So, well, that's slow.
Pick up on it, right?
Not anyone outside taking orders, those pull up, pay there. The second one is where you actually get your food. It just keeps us moving.
and this, the white trellisy thing above those windows, what is that?
The little strip, you mean?
Yeah, there's a structure of sorts above,
Oh, the rectangles?
no, in the other.
This.
Maybe that's, no, in the other picture,
And the
Talking
Freddy's
Freddy's.
picture.
The existing Freddy's.
okay, that's.
Oh, yeah, that was like their little awning that they had.
And, okay, so you're not gonna have one of those.
The black ones, that's our awning. They're just a different type of structure.
Got it.
And those just cover the windows for taking the money and giving out. the food.
Yeah, just a little.
Okay, so, in the front elevation. See that again, actually, the first one that we saw. Is that gonna change much? The first picture that I thought. When you showed it, that the pillars, those things going up like that,
Yeah,
I thought there were changes in the heights of those, is that?
they will be close to the same height. But the ones that are there now have brick bases and then drive it on top, we're gonna remove that altogether. And then we just do it,
You're gonna remove all of what?
the brick and let's drive it, that whole column structure outside. And we'll just do, it's just a steel beam or column that'll get installed. It's more of an industrial type of look to go with our steel channel as our patio.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about Drive It? You know, you said, I heard you have some, you're gonna leave it there.
Yeah, so the drive it is on the existing, all this tan,
Okay,
that's all existing drive it. We're gonna leave that in place.
and
We're
that's
just
the
gonna-
only Drive It on the building or?
Yeah, any of the tan in the existing pictures, that's all drive it. So we're just gonna power wash it, clean it up, give it a new coat of paint. We use it in all of our restaurants, just not at base level, because at base level, when you hit it, tends to chip and come off. So that's why you see we have the brick bases everywhere. So we'll keep all the brick in place as well. Really, we're just gonna paint, clean it up, make sure it's all well maintained. There's a couple areas that need touch pointing that we'll have redone.
So, gentlemen, what's our experience been with Drive It? Lasts for 5 years before it starts falling off?
It had an early bad reputation.
And do they still have that reputation?
I don't know. Ask Charles, resident construction.
Resident construction, Mr. Pluck.
I don't think so. That was years and years ago. And the bulk of it was from poor caulking around windows and stuff. So it started out in California, I believe, and when it's down low, people tend to, cars get too close to it and ding.
Yeah, that's not the part I'm worried about, and I like the fact that you guys have taken care of it as well. Okay, so when he was talking, you were nodding your head like it's different now than it used to be, so.
Yeah, so the systems have Drive It and Ethos have evolved. So the way that our contractors do it, they take the time to make sure that it's done in the correct weather. So we would go back through this entire building. There's gonna be a whole process of them analyzing this whole thing. They're gonna have to patch areas, they're gonna do it correctly, they're not just gonna slap something on real quick, make sure it blends in correctly. You can see in a lot of our Raising Cane's in this area, outside of city proper Chicago, is they have their own design requirements. Most of them have Drive It as the exterior facade materials. And they are all at least 4 years old at this point, so we make sure that the cold weather doesn't affect it. Ames is based in the south, so ADA or the cold weather architect, we do everything that last piece. Make sure that we have extra insulation behind it, where there's no seepage, moisture or anything that go.
So you're gonna remove it and check for that.
Well, yeah, so on the inside, there's no interior right here. The inside, everything's coming off. We're gonna re-insulate where needed. We have a couple of window things that we're gonna have to do. So the entire inside is gonna be stripped down. So we'll be able to see behind everything. They'll take, like I said, a fine tooth comb on the exterior. Look at all over. We have a really reputable GC in the area that has already looked at the building, pointed out a few areas to the team that they think might need fixed up, but they haven't seen our own plan yet, so. Some of those items might be what we're putting towards.
That's why I was just gonna piggyback on Spencer's comment for the GCs. We issue these as packages, so it's not just one. We have relationships with the GCs. They have accountability to us if they want to keep getting projects from us. So if we don't do just a one-off GC, it's a GC that knows our product, knows our quality, knows what we expect. And so the projects that are out here now, they know how to install it, they know.
How about you have in the Chicago?
Oh,
I mean, like 5 or 20. Okay. Thank you.
The newest one in this area is Shearville, Indiana. It's the closest newest one.
Okay.
That one's starting construction soon.
And you showed us a picture earlier of one of the interior shots of one of the other restaurants that you had upstairs. That one, no. Okay, that one, which has those windows that are like garage doors, right? Is that something you are, I know the design is not done yet, but is that sort of actively being considered for this?
Not on this one. That is more of a prototypical location. Cane's has couple prototypes that they kind of just drop on a site and site adapt. This one, because we're reusing an existing building, we're not gonna go through the trouble of redoing the structure and making sure that they can handle that. We'd like to keep a lot of this building in place, updated and make it up to date.
Okay, you want to talk about planting? Should I raise them?
Go ahead, because I'm gonna bring it up anyway.
Okay, then we'll
Go
double
ahead.
team you. Can you, we all heard what Noah said about the original planting that will go in there. Can you talk to us about maintenance of that, of all of that, you know, not only on the Halsted side, but all around your property?
Sure, so we do continual maintenance, so every shift we have a crew member assigned to walk the area. They're checking for everything from items along the building, landscape. In cold weather, they're making sure that the sidewalks don't need any addressing, things like that. So it's a continual review. In addition to that, we have a facilities team that comes out at least once a quarter to do a thorough check with that as well. We power wash at least twice a year. All the plantings, they'll be replaced if there's any dead material. If there's anything that doesn't work, I know our landscape architect was a little bit concerned with possibly having the cars come in and overhang.
Yeah,
So if we need to address that because something that we planted just isn't working from an operational, functional, real life standpoint, because you know we always put something on a paper and then the reality is something different sometimes. We'll address that immediately, and our managers that are there, they are empowered to be able to make those calls. They're empowered to order the extra umbrellas if they need them, or you know, whenever anybody's got material or furniture that needs wear and tear, they have authority to go ahead and get that ordered and get it replaced so that it's looking top notch the whole time.
good. One last one then you mentioned umbrellas, and that started me to thinking about it. Is there any outdoor seating,
Yes.
and where is that?
Yes, good question. I don't remember seeing that.
Let me show you. Okay, so we're keeping the, I don't know if I see the mouse, where the Freddy's had their little patio seating out in the front, we're keeping that same exact location, we're gonna maintain that same footprint. We're just gonna redo the canopy structure.
It was really small, right?
Yeah, it's a lot smaller than what we like to do, but
Yeah.
given the Chicago
What you
area,
got?
you can't use it all the time. Yeah,
That's on the south side, correct?
yeah, so
Okay.
on the Halsted side,
And it's.
Oh,
fully
it's not on the
covered,
south
right?
side.
No, it's
Then
on
it's
like
not the
the
south.
west side.
It's on the
West.
west. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is fully covered,
Yes,
so,
you won't have an umbrella issue here.
yeah. Yeah.
That's
there's a-
under,
there's
is
gonna
that
be a-
under a canopy or a?
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's a
see.
steel channel canopy.
I'm sorry,
And
say
it's
that.
a steel channel that's painted black, and then there's a roofing on it. And then we also have a fence, just a extra precaution, because vehicles are.
Yeah,
So that's not shown on the original pictures that you showed us. Or is it? 'Cause
These elevations,
Yeah,
yeah, so it's right under, see where it says One Love?
yeah.
That's the patio canopy, we just don't have the furniture shown in there,
Got
because we
it.
wanna block the doors and the
Thank you.
interior of the building.
That's all I have at this point.
All right, Commissioner Gonzer.
I'm really excited for Canes to.
So are we.
On here, there's recommendations about the transparency in the windows, right? And bringing those, either making. I didn't really see on here where there would be either too low or too many windows. Can you point out to me where that would, where we would need to? Right, doesn't it say? Mhm.
I think they were talking about this elevation, is that correct?
Yeah, let me quick explain that
Yeah.
condition, since I think it'll be a fairly new one under this code. So under this code, so we require transparency on exterior side and front elevations. A certain amount of that what wall area needs to be transparent. So windows, doors, things like that. there is an opportunity to waive it. The Director of Economic and Community Development, Angela, is the one who can ultimately, make that final decision. But also the Appearance Commission can also weigh in on this decision as well. We were recommending waiving that requirement just because they're adding windows. It's adding a significant amount of new area, especially on this elevation. If you look between the image on the left and the right, you can see there's a significant amount of new window area. It wouldn't meet the full requirement, but if you look at the floor plan for this building, there's a lot of back of house area that's going to make that very difficult to add more windows than what are there. So we're just recommending waiving that requirement because to say that the building design is sufficient for that corner.
But the windows sort of surrounding the front of, of the restaurant. There's a lot of them, right?
Not.
So the thing about this property, when Hardee's was originally constructed, we did not have that requirement. So it doesn't currently meet it because this building predates our new zoning code. And so the transparency and materials regulations are new.
Is there a window behind the number 1?
Yeah,
Small
so
one.
it's kind of hard to tell on this elevation. That one is gonna be in front of the patio. So it's set out.
Okay, so just so we're clear that in the picture on the right, all that white there underneath the canopy, that is all windows?
Yeah, that's all right.
Commissioner Gonzer, anything else?
We didn't talk about the lighting fixtures and revising the plan. So what is the plan currently? So we can know how it should be revised. The revised photometric plan of relocating light fixtures to reduce lighting impacts on neighboring properties.
Yes, so that is on the photometric plan, on the lighting plan that you'll find in the packet. There's just some lighting impact. We have a code that sets a maximum of what can be found at any given property line for that photometric value, that brightness at a property line. On the south side, there's just some it slightly exceeds the amount that we allow. So it's just a condition that we see, Angela and I, a final version of that drawing that shows that those values meet the zoning ordinance. So just conditioning
I
approval.
think that can be met with a tweak, not a whole.
Yeah,
Right.
we're investigating the shift in the pole a little bit or adding it.
Are you adding one? Or
Yeah, we're gonna redo all the lighting to make sure.
I don't know. Listen. I'm sorry, I was listening.
Right now, that's all I have.
All right. Mr. Shepke, anything you want to add? We can come back to you now, or do you want me to wait?
I'm prepared.
Okay, you're prepared. Go.
You guys mocking me?
Oh, yes.
Never.
We would never do that as far as you know.
Mercilessly.
On the front elevation, what is the number 1? Custom 1 tower, what is that?
Well,
Custom 1 tower,
So the number 1.
I know, yes,
Yeah,
well, what is it?
so Raising Cane's slogan is one love. So that's it's kind of like their call to the brand. So when you see images from the crew at different locations, they're all holding up number 1. They're all there for the community. They all love chicken fingers. That's the one love. So
What is it?
it's a metal frame
Mhm.
and then vintage car hoods.
Vintage what's it?
Car hoods,
Okay,
so they'll be flagged out and then it's red, it's kind of variation.
It's outstanding.
so it's not illuminated.
There's not an uplight, a light at the base that just kind of shows
Okay.
up. So you can see on this one, when you go through all the elevations, it is pulled out from the building and it's just kind of like a box, so it goes up. So each side will have the red panels on it.
Okay. Are the wall signs illuminated?
Yes,
By how? By what?
they are internally illuminated with LED inside.
Okay. The channelers is the same thing?
Yes.
On the front elevation, I was confused when you started talking about the drive it and the brick. And the columns of brick,
Mhm.
are you going to be changing those?
No, those will remain as is. If there's any bricks that need replaced or any mortar.
So they're going to stay the color they are currently?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we have the spec, so any brick that needs to be replaced.
Okay. I got confused there, no surprise. And then there's a space between the two columns of brick. Is that drive it?
Yes. So on our new elevations, the light tan and the dark gray is all the existing drive. It's just the Raising Cane's colors that they use on their buildings.
And the cap on the columns?
Yeah, so we will be removing the existing one on there. They're a little deteriorated in some areas, and Cane's likes to have the black coping at the top, just a plain black metal coping. So we'll go in and flatten those all out because they're at a 45-degree angle right now. We'll straighten them out and put on that black coping.
With their metal?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's it for me.
All right. Commissioner Cluck?
No questions.
No questions. All right. Commissioner Bay?
You guys know?
Okay, cool. Yeah, just about everything I was gonna inquire about has been covered. Are they required to conform to the Halsted plan? Halsted planting plan? And if so, do they meet?
Yes, so they do have to follow that plan. When the Freddy's was put in, that plan was already in place and they mostly met the requirements there. The requirement, there's a brief note about it in the memo. Technically, there would be a sidewalk and some other changes recommended, but there's no connections to other neighboring sidewalks, anything like that. So the applicant just requested a waiver. They're allowed to do that through our code. There's no need to add a sidewalk there. It would connect to nothing. There's no crosswalk at the access drive. So otherwise, in terms of the trees, the shrubbery, that does meet the code requirements. They're replacing the landscaping around the sign, things like that. All of that's in conformance with the landscape plan. So we took a look at that.
Okay, that's good. Okay, it's important to know. I love the fact that you're using car hoods on the number one. That's absolutely genius.
I think Dorothy touched on it a little bit, but when Todd built his first restaurant, he just went to junkyard and salvage yards.
Really?
Pulled everything. That's why when you go in a restaurant, all the chairs are mismatched for a reason to take it back to the mothership store.
It's very cool. Yeah, kind of a nod to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say, I don't know if maybe you've already done this, but if you've asked around the community for and gathered the information to put inside of the building,
The whole marketing team.
aspects.
I'm sure they're already working on it. So
Okay, that's great because it's
our design process.
we have a lot of unique things in this community, which is terrific. As far as the plantings are concerned, which is something that's it's always big with me because, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. When you have shrubs and plants and you keep a really nice look in front of your place, it reflects on the community, it reflects on your business, it draws people's eyes, and they're like, oh, there's a Raising Cane's there.
Yeah.
So that brings business to you. So to hear that you're going to be on top of maintaining it, replacing plants, we often hear that and then it doesn't happen. But you guys, it sounds like it's something we will be doing.
Correct. And our standard is to have our landscape crew come at least once a week during the growing season. So not only do we have our crew going out to visually check, but we have our on-site landscape crew come once a week to immediately address whatever needs to be addressed.
That's terrific. Yeah, because what I've found is a lot of places just don't water. It's not that the plants that's not maintaining, I guess, but they just don't water. And if they don't water, it's not going to make it. Especially
we'll
we
put
get
in
some
a whole
dry.
irrigation system. So
Oh,
it'll be
great.
hooked up to a little
I
automated system.
didn't see that. That's
fantastic. I think
love that.
the best nod to what Cane's does with their landscaping in this area is downtown Chicago at the corner of Jefferson and Taylor. Built up area, lots of tall buildings around it. We have the Cane's, drove by it, I think in August, looked amazing with all the landscaping, and that's in downtown Chicago. So
And that's good.
they're putting in that
dry
time there.
areas.
Yeah, they're gonna put even more in the suburbs.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. As far as recommendations of different species, one thing that sticks out to me are the Grollo sumacs. I've seen that in other places. And if it's properly maintained along the edges of the curb, as this picture indicates, Grollo sumacs can be very, very, very pretty, look very nice. So that might be something to consider. The recommendations from the village arborist are excellent. I think chokeberry is a bit of something that overgrows, but I'm not going to argue with. I could argue with him about that, but I don't know if I'd want to go with that. But definitely the Grollo sumacs I think would look very good there. I've seen them before and they're great. And also little blue stem. I see you had the Carl Forrester reed grass. You ever walk into that or touch that? It hurts. I wouldn't put it there if I were you. And we really, I think little blue stem would look good, terrific. Switchgrass would too, but I think little blue stem put some color there too, because it is a little different. Yeah. On the bottom of page, is this page 20? The numbers aren't paged, or the pages aren't numbered. On the bottom of this page, Noah, maybe what is this chart? Because I was going through it, and it looks like some things are conforming to our plans and some things are not.
Yes, so the table here just is the list of materials.
Right, I see the tiers.
Tier materials, as you know, 3 material tiers. There's minimums for tier 1 and maximums for tier 2, 3. So this building is a tricky one to kind of to nail down for requirements. They are keeping the drive-in and keeping a lot of the materials there, but also doing a significant amount of work. You heard things such as replacing the caps on the tops of the building, doing significant repair work and replacement work on that drive-in. So it's tricky to determine exactly what would be required. What I would say is we would recommend conformance insofar as it is possible, especially in some of the areas where you're doing more substantial work, like the new entrance on the side. Generally, new additions do have to follow those tier 1 materials no matter what. But that would be we would recommend that they do their best to remove tier 3 materials, move towards conformance with what it would be for new construction.
And that is in the recommendations I saw too.
Yes, but
I just wanted clarification.
But at the end of the day, they don't need to follow the exact 50, 25, 25 code. We do recommend wherever possible, to the maximum extent possible, moving towards, conformance with our material code.
All right. And then, I saw that the signs were not in compliance, but we've addressed that. That's been addressed here.
Yep, they're very minor.
But
very
necessary,
minor
I think.
Deviations, so they'll just have to modify that. We recommended just because they're minor that we could look at that in the final building permit review.
Think. And looking at the final recommendations, the 9 recommendations, I very much agreed with. I didn't see anything I didn't agree with. Let's put it that way. I agree with the 9 recommendations, and I didn't hear any objections here on the commission for that. So that's sounds like unless anybody has anything else they want to add, can I have a motion to approve case 2550, the appearance review for Raising Cane's at 17601 Halsted Street as proposed on the drawings submitted by Kimley Horn, ADA Architects, AGI Incorporated, and Bell Firma, subject to the following conditions. 1, revised landscape plan to provide native grass plantings within parking median on the southern property line with species approved by the village arborist. 2, revised landscape plan to modify planting locations in new landscape island near proposed trash enclosure to avoid conflicts with the large storm drain to be installed within the island. 3, revised landscape plan to replace species as recommended by the village arborist in the table included in this memo. 4, revised elevations and other architectural drawings to replace tier 3 materials, including drive-it, on the front, exterior side, and interior side of the building in conformance to the zoning requirements. 5, Director of Economic and Community Development shall provide a waiver of the transparency requirements for the building as permitted in section 44-05-11.d of the village zoning ordinance. 6, provide village staff with additional information on drainage and runoff control from awning structures. 7, provide village staff with revised drawings or other information indicating the location of rooftop equipment and screening methods, which will be provided for rooftop screening. 8, revised photometric plan with relocated lighting fixtures to reduce lighting impacts on neighboring property to less than half of a foot candle in conformance with zoning requirements. And 9, revise signage plans or submit a comprehensive sign plan with requested modifications to meet the village code, sign code requirements for painted wall signs and wall signs for painted wall signs. And that's it. Do we have a motion?
I have a question on that though. On number 4, that says to remove the drive it. That's in that number 4, if you read it, revise elevation.
It says replace. Yeah.
And other architectural details to replace tier 3 materials.
Including driver.
So that's, we don't agree to that. We're allowing that to just be painted, which is a that's permitted because it's existing.
Good catch.
It's gotta be it just has to be reread.
Yeah, you could remove the condition, or again, if there's particular areas you see concerned with material, you can rewrite that condition.
Commissioner Cluck, suggestion on how to rewrite that.
Well, I mean, it doesn't, I don't think it really.
Just get rid of the word
needs to be.
replace?
It should be completely just omitted because it's painting, so. You know, with the,
Or maybe just remove the drive it.
Changes to the elevations that you've seen. If not, then that condition isn't needed, because you're approving the elevations here.
right, yeah, but what we're we're approving the elevations, but a lot of that's existing. So it's just painting, so I don't,
I don't think you're asking them to
does-
replace any.
paragraph number 4 even have to be in there. Because it's saying something that's like, saying something that has nothing to do with the price of tea in China.
All right then. And 10, removing condition 4. Completely.
Yeah.
How's that?
Okay.
10, I'm gonna write that down. Remove 4. Motion.
So motion,
Second?
second,
Okay. Oh, I don't know. Commissioner Quirk and Commissioner Banks.
Oh, somebody else want to do
You can do it.
it? Somebody else wants to do it this one.
Roll call, please.
Member Banks?
Aye.
Member Shefke?
Aye.
Member Quirk?
Aye.
Member Gonzer?
Aye.
Member Cluck?
aye.
Chair Rymack?
Aye. All right, congratulations and welcome
Thank you
to
so
the
much.
community.
Thank you.
Welcome to Homewood.
Thank you, welcome, yes.
One quick question, are you gonna have a monument sign on, by the,
Yes.
okay. And the rest of the signage will look approximately what you've shown us already?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
The mural, I think, is reusing 5 or square feet or something like that. We're not that it'll look substantially like that.
When can we eat
And
there?
then are you, yeah, I was just gonna say, I think like. I thought I read that you're projecting them not until December of next year, or
That's
hoping
That's what
maybe.
we're hoping. I mean, I can tell you. If we can accelerate that, we absolutely will.
Obviously, this time of year, you can't exterior, but is that something that you get started on right away? Do you have interior work to do?
Yeah, well, we'll have to get fully entitled before we can start.
Oh, I see.
Working.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right, just curious.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to.
You're welcome.
All right, next is old business. I have a question. Are we going to see the Park West photometrics? Remember, that wasn't the last meeting. Is that, or is that something that,
You have them. right?
Yeah, we have them. Yep. So staff, I mean, we've seen them as staff.
do we need to see them? If it's in conformance, compliance?
I don't believe there's nothing in particular. I mean, I don't think we had any concerns looking at them.
They comply, right? They do comply, we can share them if you want to see them.
I don't need to see them.
Jason.
Trust you guys.
And we don't even know what we're looking at when we look at photometrics. I mean,
Yeah.
They
realistically.
do comply though.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Any,
Just to answer Jim really quickly, so does everybody, when we show a photometric plan, when somebody sees that little sheet with all the numbers on it, does everybody know exactly what they're looking at when you see that?
No,
I know some of what I'm looking at, but
Okay.
it's not a.
But we rely upon somebody who does.
right,
Sorry.
That's right.
yeah, So
Sure.
that's not something that we really need because it's already, you guys have done the legwork on it. It's, you've got
Yeah.
the stuff
We,
that,
we could study it over the next month and see, so that by the time we come in January, we could become more familiar with it if you feel it's necessary.
will be a pop.
It'll be our resolution.
I
I
think
don't know, it's up to them.
you got homework now.
No.
Thank you, thank you.
There's details in that, yeah, the too long didn't read version is, you know,
No,
yeah,
no.
each of those. Is-
Does anybody else have old business they want to discuss?
The Park West, I noticed that they did not do the big gable dormer addition in between the two existing ones that they were going to do in the center of the building.
I think they haven't gotten to it.
No, they got the whole roof shingled.
They have it all done.
Yes.
They didn't do
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, and they were probably done that week after we met with them last time. But that whole gable that they were gonna put in the front of the building, they did not do that.
Huh.
What's the impact of that?
Pardon me?
What's the impact of that?
Is that problematic?
It's not following what they submitted that they were gonna do to
It will be
the
approved.
front elevation of the building. It's not any impact, you know, it's just, that's what they said they were gonna do and they didn't do it.
Well, we can follow up with them.
Yeah, cause it's definitely not there.
If
And
you
there's all
could let us
shingles
know
in
in
place
the
and they
next meeting also
wouldn't, their
what
intention,
comes
I
of
would
it.
say, you know, you
They're
can
not
work
very-
around it if they didn't have the carpenter crew because you just don't shingle that area, but it's all dried in because it's all, you know, there's synthetic felt and stuff to protect it from leaking inside, doing damage, so. They just did not do that, which was a nice detail that breaks up that whole long building instead of the two little gables on the right and the left hand side.
Good, fine.
Roofs aren't my business.
That's, yeah, it sure is.
So do we have anything new?
They're done. She never flipped, right?
Angela, it's not that.
Yeah, they removing the sound.
Yeah.
Do we have any information on this, the Mexican restaurant that was gonna go in over?
Which one that,
Tequila, what's it called?
Tequila.
1 kilo raise.
By St. Paul Church.
St. Paul
Financing.
Still,
yeah, they don't have their building permit yet.
that was a long time ago.
They're
Wow,
not gonna be doing work, so.
No.
Right.
too
Yeah.
low. Right. Any new business? Anybody, anything we should know about? Anything coming up?
You have anything?
If there's interest on December 9th, so next Tuesday, we'll be presenting the proposals for the downtown TOD site, so the Village Hall parking lot and the Matrix building. Did an RFP between September and November. There's some very interesting proposals, some really high quality architecture that was submitted that you may find interest in. So we'll have those posted on the website by the end of day tomorrow.
They'll be on the website, so
What did you say they're going to be?
it is.
TOD?
The transit oriented development.
Okay.
And
And this is gonna be,
for the Village Hall parking lot and the Matrix building, which is that white building on the corner of Ridge and Harwood. Or those should be posted on the website tomorrow. We received six.
Yep, 6 proposals.
wow.
I was right.
What about the casino, about where they're gonna have the entertainment section?
Don't know,
don't think we have anyone on that yet.
no update on them.
All right, anybody else? All right, before we adjourn, I want to say this, as we come to the end of 2025, this has been in my 14 years or something on this commission, probably, definitely the busiest and probably the most productive year or 2 years in that entire time. We met 9 times this year. When I was first sworn in, my first meeting wasn't for 6 months. And then for the first 3 years, I was a handful of meetings. So this village is busy. I know a lot of our time was spent with the new
Yeah,
ordinance.
You guys know that.
But it's busy and this commission has done a great job and we've approved and talked about and learned a great deal about the businesses coming in here and we really do, I think, have an impact
Yeah.
And Village, you guys, you're doing a fantastic job. You're working hard. You're coming up with some great ideas. You're noticing things that, I mean, we wouldn't notice, and it's part of your job. I know, but it's great. I'm very proud of you guys. I'm very proud of this commission, and it's great to see how much is happening in Homewood.
It's even something so subtle, in my opinion, is
Yeah.
providing us with printed out copies of the agendas.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That makes a big difference.
Yeah,
You know,
it does.
It'd be a shame though, if it's a shame that some of these projects have been proposed and we sat through, haven't come to fruition.
It takes a while.
I mean, what the printer over on 175th Street, that was an incredible process where you had an existing building.
Yes,
He's gonna build another one and so on and so forth. And
and that was 2 years ago.
was it really?
I believe it was. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
They own the building though, right?
Thank you for comment.
The existing, they were bought the existing building,
We're working. So,
Wow.
and then there's the old garage next to the Shell station,
Yeah,
the old,
which was gonna be,
yeah,
yeah, we know provisions for that place too.
yeah.
Well, it's been a great deal of work. Everybody's done a fantastic job. And before we go, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Whatever you celebrate, have a great time, enjoy your families. And Commissioner Quirk has one thing to say.
I have one quick one that I would like to make sure is reflected in the minutes, please. And that is, I think you are, I was gonna say something very similar to what you said. You know, we have been processing things a lot, a very large quantity of actions, and a lot of that kudo goes to you, sir. And I'd really like to thank you for your leadership in that. My second level of kudos goes to the village administration. Because, you know, I've said to Napoleon and to Rich Hofeld that in the past, when Angela was here and Angela was here alone, and she had at least 3 hats that she was wearing, you know, you could tell that she was wearing 3 hats. When there was more resource given, and then we had the good sense to hire somebody who was actually a professional in this area, another person who was a professional in this area. You know, I think that really demonstrates our commitment to the village's commitment to development and developing the way the people of this community want it to be developed.
Yeah. All right. And with that, I'm going to close out the 2025 Parents Commission meetings with a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
roll call. No, all in favor, say aye. All opposed. Close.
Seriously, good job. No. I don't do that.
Yeah, that's big.
This commission.
We did it before 7.
I've not seen.
Look at that.
There you go.
It is possible.
See.
Wait.